Welcome to Women Techmakers, Product Management with Alex Levich. I created the show to show all of you how a product manager plays a key role in building and launching products. As you will see, it's very exciting, and I'm thrilled to introduce Gayathri Rajan, Product Management Director at Google.
Thank you, Alex, for inviting me.
It's our pleasure, Gayathri. Tell us a little bit about you and your career.
So I've been a product manager at Google now for more than 9 years. And over the course of these 9 years, I've worked in a spectrum of products ranging from payments through to local commerce. And now I work on Android with you, building the next generation of computers and other interesting new devices. So it's been an awesome experience. I just feel like I've learned so much about very, very different product areas.
Indeed, definitely a range of products. Tell us about how you began your career. I know that you actually did not start out as a product manager.
You know, at 18, it's really hard to know exactly what you want. So I picked chemical engineering because with chemical engineering, I got to stay an extra year at Cambridge. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do at that time. So I enjoyed studying. And then I went out and worked as a chemical engineer for a few years, but realized that it was, while I really loved the engineering aspects, I started to feel that that was not exactly the right career for me. And at the same time, I was a mother of 2 young children, and various things came together, and I decided I was going to go back to school and do a master's in computer science. Because I really loved, even as a chemical engineer, I really loved to build computer simulations, to design distillation columns and compressors and all those heavy equipment that you see in chemical engineering companies. They're actually designed with computers and using programming languages. So I decided that was the thing that I was going to do next. And that's how I got into computer science. I was an engineer first, learned really how to build products. As an engineer, got very comfortable with the programming languages and with all the different technologies, client server, web, mobile, etc. And over the course of that time, realized I really enjoyed defining the products, figuring out what the right priorities were, evangelizing the product across large engineering teams, more so than actually building the product, developing the code itself. So that's how I moved, again, from being a computer scientist to a product manager. So it's been
Quite a path.
It's been quite a path.
Yeah.
But I've learned something along the way. And when I became a product manager, I realized at that point I was done. No more wandering. This was the place I wanted to be and really grow my career.
Tell me about other product managers you've seen successful. What are other paths that people take to get us here?
At Google, many people take a fairly technical path to get here. So they've either done computer science or electrical engineering or some kind of engineering or science degree. But I've also seen very successful product managers who are now senior leaders in the company who had a liberal arts background and were still able to do a very nice job building credibility and working with engineers and really establishing themselves as key product managers. So really it just depends. I think your background to some extent helps lay out your future. It helps sort of at least provide the right signals and it may give you some of the skills you need to get into product management more easily. But ultimately the key skill for successful product managers, in my opinion, is, as you said, the love of building products that can have impact to people such as ourselves, and doing it with a lot of people and being really excited and energized about that whole process. So really, regardless of your background, if you have that core passion of building product, you can get there.
Yeah, makes complete sense. That's probably what makes us wake up every morning and be excited about work. It's that enablement through people.
It's a great career, product management, because it doesn't limit you in any way. Like I've shared.
Role.
Yes, you learn, you can move from one product area to another. You always take some skills with you, the basic skills of how do you build products, how do you set roadmaps, how do you prioritize, how do you define features. These are very basic fundamental skills and talent that you can transfer from one area to another. But everything else is completely new within that space, and that's when that's when the excitement is. That's where the excitement is, because that's when you learn about that space and what is needed and how you can then take your fundamental skills, but actually translate that into a very different area. So you can never stop learning in product management. It's almost inevitable that you will never be completely sure of your domain area, which also then makes it very, very much a growth experience. And so you can wake up in the morning and I never feel like, I kind of know how to do this. I can now do this in my sleep. No, I have to wake up and get in to work and get fired up because every day is a challenge, but in a good way, because every day is a growth experience.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best things one could wish about their job is wake up in the morning, be excited, and be challenged.
Look at you, Alex. 6 months ago, you were working on a social platform for Google, and now you are building the next generation of computers.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, two very different things.
Very different.
But the excitement is the same, actually. It is just like you say, it's figuring out the solutions every day, like it was the first day. Gayathri, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your past. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This is Women Techmakers Product Management with Alex Levich. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes and subscribe to Women Techmakers YouTube channel.